Hey folks, we're here at F64 Live. You can find out more about this event at f64live.com. I'm here with Neale and his wonderful models and class here, and you're teaching stuff. What are you teaching?
I am teaching. Lighting, people, pictures. It's all about the students. It's all about wonderful models.
What nugget of information, if you could impart one little piece of information to everybody here and feel like I was successful today, what's that piece of info?
I think just taking the time and reading your environment, spending a moment with your models, looking at their faces, analyzing who they are, how to make them look good, and just having fun.
And how do you work with models? I mean, these are fantastic models here. Not everybody has access to this, right?
That's true.
Right. How do you, like, for the average person, Joe or Jane sitting at home and they have their camera, like, I want to do that, but how do I get this in my life to get this on my sensor? What do you do?
Well, this is definitely a pleasure, and it's an honor to have such great models like this. But, you know, I don't have the opportunity to shoot like this every day. I work with, you know, our average folks, and so it becomes about bringing out their personality, spending that moment with them, and just kind of figuring out what lighting makes them look good, and getting to know them. Everybody has a story to tell. Sure. You know, yeah. Everybody has a story to tell, and it takes just a moment to understand that and figure out the light that makes them look good. Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up the whole idea of story. That's actually part of the keynote that I'm going to be giving today. But I want to have you kind of expand on that a little bit, the idea of storytelling, because you can get fantastic models and awesome costumes together, but in the end, you're trying to tell a story to the person that's viewing the shot. How do you pull that out? Like, in your head, do you have like, okay, I'm shooting this great model here, and in my head, she was in Mad Max and she fell off the back of a truck, and like, right. Do you have that in your head when you're shooting?
Sometimes I'm fortunate that will come if there's enough time in advance to think of that, like a storyboard. But many times, no, you're meeting your client or your model for the first time, and sometimes that first meeting is when you're shooting, and so you don't have that opportunity to come up with a storyboard. So you're creating it on the spot, and you create it with lighting. You create it with expressions. There has to be drama. There has to be drama there some way, and so much of that can be created just in the lighting. It really can. It really can.
Okay, here's a hard question for you. What's more important, the model, the gear, i.e. the camera, or the light?
The model. The model.
And why?
They're paying you. No.
That's where the revenue comes from.
That's where the revenue comes from. No, in a perfect world, it's the lighting and the model. They work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. But your client doesn't understand the time that it takes for you to create the lighting. That's not what they're focused on. If you lose that connection with your model to worry about the lighting, to do all, then you've lost the key feature in your portrait. So it's absolutely about the model, that person that you're photographing.
Now, a lot of photographers, and I would argue myself included, when I was just getting started, you have this barrier of like, I don't know how I'm like, how do you this shyness barrier of being able to interact, let alone direct a model, that's in costume or is attractive or whatever, or if you're working in front of a group. How do you break through that shyness and apprehension?
That's a really great question, because I feel myself, I'm very shy, and speaking in front of a group of people, if I'm speaking on something that I know nothing about, then I'll just clam up, because there's no passion there. Yeah. If you're passionate about anything, then you'll prevail over that shyness, and just confidence. You're doing it over and over again.
Repetition, right?
Repetition, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So, parting shot. I've been asking all the instructors this. So, and this is a loaded question. You've got a lot of students here. Great. So clearly you're a very popular instructor. So, who's your best and favorite student today?
Oh, dude, you put me on the spot. I love them all. How would you do that? And I love my model.
I'm forcing you into politician mode.
But This guy right here is amazing. I'm learning a lot from him right here.
Christopher Berry,
'cause he's-
TWIP Pro member.
He just thinks out of the box, and I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chris is pretty awesome.
Chris, yes. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That's it. Another interrupted interview here at F64 Live. If you guys want to check out more about F64 Live, go to f64live.com. We'll see you in the next one.